The Battle of Cajamarca was not a traditional battle fought between two armies on an open field. It was an ambush, and in a single afternoon, it changed the fate of an entire civilization. In 1532, the mighty Inca Empire stood at the height of its power, stretching across the Andes. It ruled over millions of people with advanced administration, vast road networks, and disciplined armies. Yet beneath this strength lay a dangerous weakness. The empire was exhausted. A brutal civil war had just ended between two brothers, Atahualpa and Huáscar, over control of the throne. Atahualpa emerged victorious, but the war had drained the empire's unity and attention. It was at this exact moment that a small, desperate group of foreigners arrived from the coast. They were led by Francisco Pizarro. Pizarro commanded fewer than 200 Spanish soldiers. They were vastly outnumbered, deep in unfamiliar terrain, and surrounded by an empire that could crush them at any moment. But the Spaniards possessed something the Incas had never faced before: steel weapons, horses, firearms, and a ruthless strategy built on deception. In November 1532, Atahualpa agreed to meet Pizarro in the town of Cajamarca. Confident and victorious from the civil war, the Inca emperor saw no real threat. He arrived unarmed, carried in a ceremonial litter, accompanied by thousands of attendants, not soldiers. Pizarro, meanwhile, prepared an ambush. The Spaniards hid around the main square of Cajamarca, positioning cavalry, infantry, and cannon behind buildings and walls. Their plan was simple and terrifying: capture the emperor alive. When Atahualpa entered the square, a Spanish friar approached him, demanding that he accept Christianity and submit to the authority of the Spanish king. Atahualpa rejected the demand, reportedly throwing aside the Bible offered to him. That was the signal. Cannons fired, horses charged, steel cut through unarmed crowds. The Incas had never seen cavalry or firearms. Panic spread instantly. In the chaos, Spanish soldiers pushed directly toward Atahualpa's litter. His attendants were slaughtered as they tried desperately to protect him. Within minutes, Atahualpa was captured. Not a single Spaniard was killed. The capture of the emperor was catastrophic for the Inca world. The empire was built around the divine authority of the Sapa Inca. With Atahualpa imprisoned, the entire political and military system froze. No general dared act without his command. Atahualpa, realizing the value of his life, offered an extraordinary ransom. He promised to fill a large room with gold and silver in exchange for his freedom. Over months, treasure poured in from across the empire. Temples stripped, sacred objects melted down. The ransom was paid in full. But Atahualpa was never released. In 1533, after a mock trial, the Spaniards executed him. With his death, resistance collapsed. The Spanish marched on Cusco, installed puppet rulers, and began the systematic destruction of the Inca state. The Battle of Cajamarca was not won by numbers or strength. It was won by timing, deception, and the exploitation of cultural misunderstanding. In a single day, fewer than 200 men shattered one of the greatest empires in human history. Cajamarca stands as one of history's most chilling lessons: that empires do not always fall in long wars. Sometimes they fall in moments.